Hello and welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy and today we're going to be doing another off the rip episode. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome, come on in. It won't always look like this, I promise. All my returning viewers, you know how we do. We go through phases, things shift, things change, things get better, they get worse, and they get even better after that. That's how it rolls. That's how we roll. That's how we bounce. That's how we jiggle, baby. Jiggle, jiggle. Okay, so today we're going to be doing the off the rip episode of the is it Glenfiddich or Glenfiddich? Like more of a K than an itch. I've heard it said different ways, and I'm just not quite sure how I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable with Glenfiddich, but if that's a little bit too much harshness to your ears, go ahead and tell me. And before I get too much, into the Fiddich, the cashier said it both ways. He was a bit confused on how to say it properly. He looked at me for confirmation. I just kind of shrugged and say, hey, I just want to drink it. That is kind of a slender bottle. Here we have our Bourbon Barrel Reserve 14 Special Edition Single Malt. There it is. 43%. I love it when they go that little extra mile to give you that 43%. There's the back end. If you want to pause, zoom in, scroll, you do you. Imported by William Grant and Sons. Now, I haven't, hold on a second, by Glenfiddich Distillery, Dufftown, Banffshire, Scotland. Nice little canister. We'll put that to the side now. Get into the bottle. Let's see here now. Oh, look at that. Come on. Oh, and here you caught me without my tool. Where's my tool? Oh, bugger. All right, just use the teeth. That's why you got fangs, right? There we go. You just got to let the beast out now and then, eh? Right. Cork pop. Nice. Put all that crap to the side. Kind of made a mess out of the bottle, and my OCD will not let me get past it, so just give me a moment if you would, please. Okay. Here we go. That's good. That's good. Yeah, so let's give you a little bottle tour, if we will. I guess it's not as small as I thought it was. So here you go. We'll just get a little slow scroll spinneroony. She's short and she's slender, but I think she'll do. Okay. So color is a little darker than like a maybe a light brown to a medium. On the nose, I'm getting light fruits and honey, and that little. Okay, so this distillery, Glenfiddich, has a very peculiar sort of character on the nose, just like say Glenmorangie or Buffalo Trace. They have very distinct characters on the nose. When you smell it, you know what it is. I'm definitely getting the Glenfiddich. Yeah, the Glenfiddich. How about that? The Glenfiddich. This was about, I want to say $30 to $35 out the door for this $3.75. Mickey, if you're watching, they did have that 14 Aston Martin, but they have a weird system in that store about it's not allocated, but you can't, anybody just can't walk up and buy it. The cashier I was asking about it, he said you'd have to talk to the manager, and the manager wasn't there. He said, but as far as he knew, they did have a few bottles in. I'm going to try and continuously make contact with that manager so I can get that 14 Aston Martin Special Edition. I would love to try it. I'd love to showcase it on my channel. That nose is very beautiful. Once you start Once it starts opening up more, and I'm flapping my gums right now to try and give it a little bit more time to open up. But while we do that, Mr. Randy does a 3-part series when he does his whiskeys, wines, libations, of sorts reviews. First episode, off the rip, get it home, crack it open, have my first pour, share my first impressions with you because that's what we do here, baby. Part dos, it's going to be the full review. I'll drink it down to the halfway point. I'll let it sit. This is a 375, so I'll give it at least a week, maybe a week and a half. That's all the time it really needs for this little thing to open up. I'll go online. After we get halfway down, I'll let it sit. I'll go online. I'll do my paperwork, my homework. I'll get something to talk about and bring it back to you. We'll talk about it. We'll score it. And we'll move on to part 3. Sorry. 3. I'm kind of off to the side over here. Not instead directly behind the camera like I used to be. But once we get everything squared away and set up, I might even do some reviews outside. You know, like Louisiana brew reviews. He likes to do some things outside sometimes. We got some beautiful weather here. I might end up getting out there onto the patio porch area and getting something set up out there. But that's all to come down the line. Where were we? Part 3. Final pour episode. Thusly named. We're going to have the final pour, compare it to today's first pour off the rip, and everything in between. Okay. It's got a beautiful, interesting nose. I can't quite nail that characteristic of this distillery. It's like a sweet, rich, deep, kind of mellow with a slight twist of sourness. Nothing else smells like this. If there's something else smells just like this one, the Glenfiddich, go ahead and hit me up in the comment section. But let me get this acclamation pour out of the way. Oh, okay. It's been a little while since I've had something that comes on like that. I've been drinking a lot of tequila lately, and we just did the whole March Madness deal where I did a lot of Irish whiskey for what I like to call the International Irish Heritage Month. Yes, my heritage deserves a month. I'm also considering British month, Great Britain. What month do you think we should have the Great International Great British Month or the International British Heritage Month? Let me know in the comments. I think I'll have to think about it, but I'll come back. Let me go ahead and get this next one and see what she has to say. It's kind of awkward. I don't want to be up too much in your face. There we go. We're starting to get some legs. They're a little messy. Viscosity is okay, and it transfers well enough on the palate. You get a little bit of rush of spice. And that's why we do the acclamation pour, palating. Because that rush of the spices lights everything up like a Christmas tree. And then you work it out. Like, that's why I'm talking so much between these things, is because I'm salivating. I'm working the salivatory glands, and I'm getting it all out. I'm just working it through. And right when that everything starts to fading, you're probably good to go. You can also rush it, but I don't like to rush it by, like, you can drink some water and you could rinse your mouth out. These professional connoisseurs, they'll like to put in their mouth, they'll do a little, somewhat kind of I do a Kentucky chew for the finish. They'll just go like right for that finish in their own method, and they'll spit it out in the spittoon. They'll spit it out, and they won't swallow it. They'll just spit it, because they got to do that a lot. They got to do that like all day, and you could get seriously hammered, sloshed, plastered, if you will, before you probably get halfway through your day. Okay, so now it's gone. It's pretty much flattened out. It does have a, let me get one more. Yeah, there's like, it's kind of weird. It's like I'm definitely getting some some dark, rich, mellow fruits. But I'm also getting maybe a touch of light fruit as well. Can't quite nail that right now. I'll look it up on the information and come back to you at the full review probably in about 2 to 3 weeks. I am getting caught up, although now that we're settled here, I'm probably going to build up my stash. My now I have like built-in bookshelves, so I got a lot of shelves to fill, people. I got a lot of shelves to fill. Okay, we're hitting 10.5 minutes already on this little guy. It's always the little ones that give you so much of a hassle, isn't it? Let's go ahead and do the finish. So, if you like the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do so. That way, as soon as I release my videos, they come right to you. Never miss an episode because you never know what might happen inside one. This one is relatively lame by standards. All my returning viewers, you know what it is. So as I work this finish out, I can understand why a guy I used to go with to the range. We used to do IDPA, shooting sports, running gun kind of stuff, competition-wise, 3-gun, you know, stuff like that, falling still. Great time. I need to get back into that. But he was an absolute fanboy for the Glenfiddich 14. He'd occasionally have a 12, I guess, if he tried different types of cask finishes and whatnot. But he was a huge fan of the 14. He'd also do a 16 or 18, excuse me, every now and then. But after every match, every Saturday, he'd be posting online about great match, and he'd go over his stuff, and he'd be having a Glenfiddich 14. And that is the special edition. I'm going to figure out what exactly it is that makes that. Yeah, there's a little blurbage on there, but anywho, we'll come back with the full review. We're already pushing 12.5 minutes, so the finish is nice. It's kind of got a bit of length to it, actually. It comes on a little bit less of strength, as like I said, that first palating. You get all that spices out of the way, but the finish does have a good set of spice coming off the top. It sort of glides down a little bit, and then just kind of like floats all the way to the end. It's still kind of there, still lingering around. I'm getting a little bit on the back end. The back end can't quite breach a 2. Everything else is roughly about a 1.5-ish. And it all kind of like, it's rounded a little bit and balanced. I say it's more balanced after that initial, you know, slope down and then coast off. That's a pretty good finish. Yeah. So there it is. In the comment section, let me know where you're at, what are you drinking, what's going on in the world of libations around you, and have you had a Glenfiddich? Which ones have you had? Which ones do you recommend? And if you've had this one, hit me up. Let's talk about it. As always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. Thanks for putting up with me for 14 minutes. It's going to be a good one.